Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. It's not actually new music. It's just me playing more Adrian von Ziegler. I think that's how you say it. The Z-I-E? Ziegler. I keep saying Ziegler. It's I-E, so it'd be Ziegler. If it's German, which it's a very German-sounding name, so I'm assuming it is. Hello, everybody. Yes, I have this... Some anonymous person gifted me this. This is Howl's from Howl's Moving Castle. This is Howl's sweater. It's a little too hot to actually wear it, but they gifted it to me, and I did not know how to say thank you because they're anonymous. So I figured I'd just show it off on stream. But I also didn't want to lose the full spooky, even though Halloween is over. So I'm still wearing a little bit of vampire something. But yes, hello everybody. I feel like I say this every single time, but I'm very tired, so we'll probably not go the whole... What even is streaming the whole time at this point? Probably won't go very long. We'll see. Alright, I can't remember what happened. I think the last thing we did was we successfully got, Fuck, what's her name? Alina? How have I been saying that? I think I've been saying Alina. Alina? I think I've been saying Alina. To be our retainer, our ghoul. That's pretty cool, yeah? It also fucked up our Masquerade violations a little bit, so we gotta be a little more careful. I don't know what happens when we get to 3. I'm kinda scared to find out. I don't really want to end this playthrough early. That would suck. Oh! Good night, Camel World. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we got a ghoul chick. We can probably find what she looks like, too. Although I think I've shown it off before. Let's see, characters. I don't know why. Oh no, Millicent Rue. We just met her briefly. Didn't really interact with her. I feel like there's a whole quest line you can do with her, and she's one of the possible sires, but we just kind of ignored her. There she is. That is Elena Podran. Hey, thank you, Wild Faye. Prodan, Podran, Jesus. Elena Prodan, a young Romanian immigrant. Oh, yet fluent in Ukrainian. Yeah, the art is... It's very, like, sparse, but they definitely did very well with it. And the descriptions sum it up pretty well. Trained in a wide variety of illegal skills, also a shrewd negotiator. Now your retainer. Didn't mean to highlight that whole thing. Oh, rip! After her brother's death. Didn't know that happened. Sorry. But let's get back to the game. So what... I gotta check... I keep wanting to call it the second game. It's the second game that I will play, because I'm playing through it right now, and I think I'm almost done. The second game is very different from this one, like, gameplay-wise. This one is built more of like an adventure game. The other one is, I don't know, much more like political intrigue and shit. But this one you have an inventory and stuff, and I keep forgetting that your experience points are, like, shoved into your inventory. It's a little strange. Well, we have 0, though. Doesn't matter. I think we're all done leveling up. I think we are just about ready to go on to the next quest. Ooh, or maybe that first one, huh? We did just get... How do I keep forgetting that Leto is so hot? There's a reason why we're trying to romance him. Maybe we should go after this first one. I'm worried about the Masquerade. Specifically, I fear that my haven will be discovered and I'll be destroyed. What can I do to avoid detention? Well, maybe not make any more retainers, but we're not allowed to anyways. But with 2 Masquerade violations, it might be smart just to click this and see what happens. That's a lot of text. The fact that everyone in the world doesn't know about vampires tells you that even fairly significant breaches to the Masquerade, hey, thank you, Carrie, can be absorbed without affecting the world too much. Over a long enough timeline, people forget, and people die. Or in the time of a global pandemic, it takes like the world a month to forget. That's about it. Thank you, Anonymous. Hype train incoming. Oh boy, choo choo. But in the short term, you can't just hide. Hey, thank you. You need to act. More accurately, you need to spread disinformation that hides your identity and your movements. Hunters that are already alerted to your existence need to be redirected and misdirected. In short... Hey! Thank you, Anonymous. Oh no! I fucked the announcements. It didn't have a little spooky sound and everything. I'll have to fix that. It just gave, like, an alert in the middle of my screen for some reason. I was messing around with the settings to try to not, like, set off a chain that lasts half an hour, but I think I screwed it up a little bit. Sorry about that. Thank you, Paper Lily. Not that I minded? Yeah, not that I mind the half-hour chain. Yeah, thank you. I noticed that, like, most other streamers, though, when people give them a subscription, it only pops up once, and then it says how many subscriptions they gave. And so I was wondering why mine... It was a lot. It did go on for a while. So, yeah, I was wondering why mine would keep pinging each time when it seemed like other people that I would watch would just ping them one time and say how many. So I tried fixing that. Looks like I kind of botched it. I'm sorry about that. I hope that doesn't take the fun away. But thank you. Yes. And misdirected. In short, you need to waste their time and frustrate them so that they seek out other higher priority targets. And with a Second Inquisition watching the internet, you're going to have to go analog. You need to get in touch with local news services and use them to spread disinformation. Where to tonight? Well, why don't we start there? I spend a night investigating local news services, looking for cheap and effective ways to spread misinformation. Your initial inquiries go well, since the local Camarilla has a lock on cold local news TV. Local TV news. Let me know if the music gets too loud. It's a little loud for me right now, but that could just be... It could just be my own sound settings. An extensive control over what's left of the local print news. Sounds fine. Alright, that's good. While Mel Pomine Chen of Mel at Midnight considers herself a crusading investigative journalist, the other local gossip news fixture, Harry, the Gila Monster, Jimenez, will spout any old nonsense for a modest consideration. As long as the news article incorporates a lot of H's and silent G's and J's. Hey, thank you, Jackboy. That's his gimmick. Hey, thanks, Anna Banana. The local Camarilla seem to like you now. Fuck yeah, they do. My relationship's perfect, isn't it? Seem to like me. No, it couldn't get better. It's actually maxed out. I never got that last game with anyone. So the Blue Blood even goes out of her way to smooth your introduction to the Gila Monster. You estimate that between your current good relationship with the Ivory Tower and your own excellent talent for deception... Thank you, the one true Anani. Welcome back. Planting these false stories will run you around $400, if you act tonight. But if you go through with it, hunters will be thrown off the scent, and you'll be in the clear. Unless you slip up again, of course. Where to tonight? Well, come on. The second one will probably take a little bit of blood. I'll read them out. I talked to Harry the Gila Monster Jimenez about planting a series of false stories to shore up the masquerade around me. That should cost around $400. Or my beguiling aura should be able to reduce the amount that I have to pay to a mere $100. We got money though. I think we have like $2,000. And we just worked on reducing our hunger. Yeah, we have like $2,000 Renos. So we'll just pay him $400 without using our presence, because I have a feeling that using our presence is going to use our blood. You set up a meeting with the Gila Monster at a Burger King and explain your needs. The misdirections you're spreading are fairly interesting, so he doesn't ask too many questions. Though, of course, he wants to get paid. Does that work on student loans? Oh, I wish. Hey, thank you, Anani. See, you did it. Again, I fucked it. I'm sorry. I gotta figure out how to get that to look like the one sub. It's just not as cool anymore. I'm sorry about that. Choo-choo. You slide him a manila envelope that contains both the $400 and the lies you want him to spread. He counts it under the table and says, "I'm your man, see you on the airwaves," or something like that. 6 years of college and 5 years of grad school takes a toll. That's... I can imagine. I'm very sorry. Hey, thank you, Anna Banana. Thank you. Every time I look over here to see the notification, I feel so sad. I did this to myself. I did this to you. I'm sorry. These eye bags are designer. Thank you. Alright, so we've done that. Over the next few nights, the suggestive stories the Gila Monster will broadcast should get hunters all over Arizona, running around, chasing non-existent threats, wasting their time on leads that go nowhere, and, if you're lucky, bumping into each other and thinking that different hunters' cells work for the vampires. That should protect you as long as you can keep a low profile out there. Thank you, Anonymous. I am glad that me fucking that notification is not too saddening to you. Another hype train. God damn. Thank you very much. This is ridiculous, but thank you. I understand. I see no downside here. You translated a meme today. Was it in another language, or you had to explain what it meant? Setting a new record? Really? Huh. Interesting. Thanks, Twitch. It's your way of saying thanks. I think it's a little ridiculous. It's a lot of fucking money. Now accept it, you goober. Where to tonight? Let's go to our next quest. So we have our retainer. I'm not scared to go to NVIDIA Call anymore, because I know that if you don't have a retainer when you make it here, you get one. It's like forced upon you. 10 more from the one true Anani. Thank you. God damn. Quit your day job. I wish I could. Unfortunately, I live in an expensive area. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'll let you guys decide between the parcel for the Bruja Patermuster and take it to St. Basil's, or the parcel for NVIDIA Call and take it to a research lab. Let me, manage a poll. New poll. The dark phrase to the tune of old. Translated to fit into Alouette. I see. Where to? I'll just say call or Bruja. I don't know if you guys remember enough to like really care about the result of this poll. But one is all you really need to know is that one is a hospital and one is a research lab. The Bruja is the hospital and the other one's the research lab. humping into each other. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? Very different game. Maybe not too different. We haven't entered the fanfiction phase of VTM. I mean, it's a tabletop RPG, just like D&D. I feel like there doesn't have to be fanfiction before you can just have one of those campaigns. Alright, 9 votes for NVIDIA Call. Off to the research facility we go. Chapter 5. Kiowa Xenogenetics. Tucson, Arizona. Night of November 15th. Hey, that's in like a few weeks. No. Yeah, 2 weeks. Actually, it might be exactly 2 weeks. No, I'm dumb. That was 2 weeks yesterday. Oh, it's almost exactly 2 weeks. That's pretty cool. We're going to overlap the game because the game moves 1 day at a time and I move 1 week at a time. Some people might just play games like this without... That's true, without access. Yeah. That's a very good point. You head for Covenant Pawn Shop and explain the trip to Alina. Oh, fuck. Do I say Alina? God! Every fucking time. Elena. Alina. Oh. Which, I just need to pick one and stick with it, but I can't remember. We're gonna go with Alina. Yes. I know. It's my fucking retainer. You think that I would remember how I pronounce her name. We'll say Elena. I think it was Elena. I think that's what I've said every time. I feel like you could argue that it would be pronounced either way, right? It's just a different pronunciation, same word. But it's somebody's name, it matters. I'll go with Elena, though. Because it sounds kind of like Eleanor. It's spelled kind of like Eleanor. Elena. She seems convinced that she can get inside by selling the door guard a bunch of cool knives, which seems ridiculous, but whatever. She'll get there before you do, and if the guards arrest her, well, he'll try to smooth it out over with Dr. Call. The parking lot outside the Viper is a mess, even though it's too early for the party to really start. As you turn in, you have to slam on the brakes as a piss-yellow Chevy Nova SS roars past you and accelerates the wrong way down West Alameda. Asshole. Whoa, boy, alright, the man himself. I was gonna use a wrong accent for this. Do I have to make the roll down the window gesture? A clear, slightly accented voice. It says slightly accented, and then later in the game, somebody literally describes him as having a creepy, over-the-top Dracula accent. Which one is it? I'm going with the second one, though. Do people still understand that, or is it an anachronism? Anachronism. Yeah, I said that right. Anachronism. Hey, thank you. Hype train. Let me give that a little choo-choo. Choo-choo! I don't know why, but just saying choo-choo with a little emoji afterwards gives me such joy. Anachronism. Anachronism. Yeah. That's what I said, right? There it is. Jasper Learns English, part 864.
Anachronism.
Anachronism. Anachronism, not anachronism. I see. Choo-choo! Prince Leto himself is standing outside, dressed in white, flanked by the mortal flunky you remember from last time. He tries to say something, but a GMC Denali rumbles past and he has to wait. Finally, he says, "You have 2 deliveries this time, Ransom." 2 deliveries means 2 payments, Prince Leto. Oh, no. Yes, sir! Is there a problem? Anything I can help with? If I can impress Prince Leto, I can improve my position in the Camarilla. Let's click that one, yeah. What's changed? After what happened to Leto's ghoul Miguel at Camp Scheffler, I need to know about them. I need to know more about the dangers here. This is interesting. The more I play this, the more I realize, like, whatever side... It doesn't matter what side quest... No. Whatever side quest you do first. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. One True Anani. Thank you. Yeah, the voice crack would be right in character. Whatever... It's not even side quest. Whatever quest you do first, some things happen during that quest regardless. And I thought it was like location specific, but it's not. Yeah. Reading about Miguel reminded me, because I think last time I went to Kiowa Xenogenetics first, and he died there, so it doesn't mean he always dies at Camp Scheffler or the other place. Anyways. You look dashing this evening, Prince. I like the cowboy hat. Well, if I was going to pick option number 2, I'm afraid that's all the way for number 4. Wait, what is this? This is so much more text than I should have ever clicked. Oh, boy. Is it a Panama hat? Does a Panama hat automatically become a cowboy hat when it has turquoise? Anyway, your response is drowned out by a Kawasaki bike that revs up and takes off. At least the rider goes the right way down the street. Fuck, I don't even get to hear if he liked that or not. Anyways. This will help you if Dr. Cowell is difficult, Prince Leto says, handing you a letter of introduction written on vellum. Vellum, in Latin. If I'm remembering... What is vellum? What the fuck is... I was about to say if I'm remembering correctly, but I'm not remembering at all. It's like those plasticky sheets that teachers would use a long time ago. Probably. Actually, I had a teacher at my college that still used this, like one of those old style projectors where there's the light down and the mirror up and looking out. And then the plasticky sheet that's down on it, they could like write and draw on that, and it would just like mirror it up and over onto the... I don't even know if I'm describing that very well. I don't know the words to use. I never learned what those things are called other than just old school projectors, but the only electronic involved was the light bulb. Anyways. It looks like vellum is one of those plasticky sheets, from what I can tell. Cowboy vampire. He kind of is. I mean, it is Arizona. He's probably trying to fit in. The laminated English copy is for the facility's human security. It basically says that no one should stop you from speaking with Dr. Call. It's good to feel important, like the Camarilla trusts you. He also gives you a portable push-button lock. A portable push-button lockbox that contains the actual message. What about the other delivery, you ask? Someone will find you on the road, Prince Leto says. Look for the red Corolla. That is dangerous and complicated. The branching. Over what branching? You mean how the story's different? That is dangerous and complicated. But Prince Leto has already walked away to talk to another courier. There are... what, 5 in this parking lot? You don't recognize any of the others. Most of them must be Prince Leto's personal flunkies. What the hell is going on? You push it out of your mind. You know where you're going. Whatever finds you on the road will find you. You peel out. It's a 9-hour drive, and you've researched motels and abandoned buildings, starting at Albuquerque in case of traffic or trouble leaves you stranded. Where is Kiowa Xenogenetics? I think it's somewhere in New Mexico. I can't actually remember though. Oh, this is way more text than I thought it is. I don't remember, I don't remember this. You know what? It might be reading this bottom part. This might be because I really pissed Julian off and he doesn't like me anymore. So I wonder if that'll change things. I always stayed in good standing with Julian my first time. Hydrate, alright. We need to be a personal fucky. That is not what that said. Fortunately, traffic is light. There's a raccoon. You drive east on the 10 and past the spot where you ditched your Honda CRX. Idly curious, you spend 20 minutes exploring the abandoned filling station. But the white is long gone. You wonder if Dove was able to track down her sire. Julian texts you as you're heading back to your car. She's going to turn you into a newt when she learns the Eagles cut her off. Before you can respond, you get another text. Get on our side. Oh, get her on our side. Or try to recruit her scholars, scientists, etc. I need good people. And unlike some usurpers I could name, I don't spit acid at people when I lose my temper. Thanks. Oh, no, that's... What? Bizarre. Usurpers is a Tremere, but we're not a Tremere. You must be talking about Jasper Knowles. Or Nvidia Call herself. I bet she's a Tremere. An hour later, he texts. Learn everything you can about the facility. Collect blood samples if possible. I hear she's captured a witch. I don't believe in witches, but check it out anyway. 20 minutes later, a final text. I ruined another one of your phones. Drop it off in the bathroom of the next Shell station. Don't destroy the SIM card. There's a replacement under the sink. So you're still helping me out even though you hate me, Julian. I wonder how long that'll last. Poor. I wonder if I should get that back or just say fuck it. And don't. I'm kind of scared, but I'm also kind of curious. Hey, Boomcha. A few more minutes up the road, you spot the Shell station. You pull in and do the phone trick again. Yeah. A few minutes later, you pass a garage marked with Julian's Karambit and make a mental note of its location. A hard copy map on your dashboard insists you're going from one town to the next, but you don't see anything. Just the road and distant lights. From the highway, even Albuquerque is just a blur of low buildings and exit ramps. Past Santa Fe, the landscape grows more lush, with scrubby trees lining the highway, and the distant hills dotted with green, subtle hues, visible to your sensitive eyes. Fuck 'em. That should do the trick. I don't think we can unless we have a good relationship with him. The drive takes you through lots of towns, named after bigger towns. Probably referring to Las Vegas, New Mexico. The landscape grows rocky and pale. The landscape grows rocky, and pale cliffs rise beside the road. You stop at the last all-night gas station to fill your Nissan's tank, and then head into a wild and ungoogled landscape that stretches flat all the way to St. Louis, for all you know. Fuck that, I wouldn't do that. If it's ungoogled, it scares me. There's no radio out here, so you try to enjoy the sound of the engine, because you don't want anything on your disposable phones. No trouble, though. No tails, no weird unmarked cars, no circling eagles. For now. That got me curious. What is, how did the Second Inquisition, wait, was it just under our stats? Yeah, okay, Masquerade violations just down to 1. Sweet, good. Ungoogled, yeah. It's a Jasper thing. What is? Oh, add the Rangoon emote. Yeah, I probably could. I think I have a few emote slots free. A few minutes later, you pass a garage. I would like that. I'll have to I'll have to remember to do that. You pass a garage with Julian. Oh, wait. I just read this. No circling eagles for now. Researching NVIDIA Call has been difficult, even with Julian's interest in recruiting her. NVIDIA first popped up in a major New York chantry as the errand girl, so she is a Tremere, for a far more powerful member of Clan Tremere. When the Beckoning lured elders to the Middle East and the Second Inquisition destroyed the Tremere's most important chantry in Vienna. Hey, welcome. Andoren? In Vienna. She grabbed as many resources as she could and fled into the desert. Like plenty of scholarly kindred, Dr. Call dreams of breeding animals with human quality blood. Yes, trying to... Just Andy is fine. Well, hello, Andy. Trying to sustain... Little ghosting. Huh? Trying to sustain vampires without making humans aware of what's going on. Oh, little ghosty, yes. You're not sure if she's been successful, but you know that her facility, Kiowa Xenogenetics, has connections to biomedical firms all over the world. Too many connections, in fact. Those connections don't exactly represent a breach of the Masquerade, but the whole situation is too close to daylight for Prince Leto's liking. No wonder he's shutting her down. He'd probably wipe KXG off the map if he could. She isn't going to like that. And vampires tend to shoot the messenger. Lovely. You're between towns, about an hour from the legal limits of Dr. Call's territory, when headlights appear behind you. They're coming up hard. You angle the rearview mirror away from your eyes, then instinctively put a hand on your doctor bag where you keep the data destined for Dr. Call. The headlights blow past you. Then, the vehicle spins out, throwing up dust and grit. It skids to a halt 100 yards up the road, its headlights pointing out into the big expanse of nothing that waits outside every New Mexico highway. You slow down when you see the red Corolla. Or, to be more precise, the maroon Toyota AE86. This is the car Leto mentioned. The little hatchback looks to be in good shape. What is it? 85? 86? It's an import regular, left-hand drive. This character and the way they know their cars. You slam on the brakes and swerve as the figure stumbles into the road. Apparently you can romance multiple characters. But with Leto, Julian, and Dove, you'll get locked out of finishing one of the routes. Fuck that! Okay, that's very interesting that you can romance multiple characters. That's kind of cool. That sucks that you lose access to other parts, though. Damn. I'm sorry. I want the whole Leto quest. Leto all the way. He's the only one for me. Says in the end, if you side with one, you're de facto dumping the other. Interesting. I mean, I guess in a way that makes sense because they're kind of... Well, Leto and Dove should be friends. Leto and Julian, not so much. Oh well, I didn't know that. That is interesting, though. This is from Reddit. Yeah. Reddit gets things wrong a lot of the time. No group snuggies. Carlos is leaning against his passenger door, looking ashen and clutching his stomach. You haven't seen him since your first visit to the Tucson Elysium. Leto's servant, Alexander, said Carlos was a cop. That's a good thing for a vampire to keep That's a good thing for a vampire to keep on the payroll. Though, this guy doesn't look like a cop now. He looks like roadkill. It takes Carlos a moment to focus on you. He says something, but you can't hear him over the pounding beats of Kerncraft 400. Turn it down! You shout. He nods vaguely, crawls back into his car, turned the music down, leaving a smear of blood on the handle. Ransom? Prince Leto actually sent you, the fucking Setite? You have something for me? You ask. You glance back towards the road, but it's quiet. Just a few cars drifting past, and none of them can see you or the AE-86. Carlos holds up a ruggedized plastic Pelican case in matte black, like you'd use to transport a pistol or a really good optical camera. Leto wants this delivered to a waiting plane. Where? He turns the case around. An address and a key are taped to the other side. Blood has stained the tape. You consult your mental map of New Mexico. That's 2 hours south, and you're not going south. And it needs to be there by 6 a.m. The plane can't wait any longer than that. You just shake your head. A 6 a.m. delivery gives you no time to get undercover. Calm the fuck down, Carlos says. There's a whole bunch of trailers just up the road from where you're going. The key is right here. He holds up the case again. Just do the job. Oh, fuck me. You okay? I don't want this guy dying on me. I might even stop that from happening. I'd rather eat him than fuck him. Is there any way I can get at Carlos? I run parcels for money, Carlos. Pay me, or I'm finishing my delivery to Kyo Zeogenetics. Who attacked you? Same people who killed Miguel at Camp Scheffler? I need a bigger picture if I'm going to stay safe and undestroyed. This is one of Leto's underlings, at least, maybe a retainer. Definitely an underling, though, so let's try to save him. Let's try to save him if we can. I don't know, somebody, has signed up my email for every fucking spam offer I can get. Feels like every day I report 10 new senders as spam. Hydrate? I thought I just did. Why not both? Because we're saving ourselves for Leto. You want to kiss me and make it better? Carlos snaps. Would that make it better, Carlos? I'm fucking fine. Still got some of Dove's vitae in me. Vitae. Oh, he says it wrong. Vitae in me. I wonder if that's supposed to hint at an accent that he's supposed to have. He concentrates, sweat pouring from his face. After a moment, he's breathing more easily, though his skin is still ashen. Oh, so this must be Dove's retainer. Deliver this parcel, he says, throwing it through his driver's side window onto your lap. So he's still in the car when this is happening. Or Prince Leto will make Riga peck out your eyes while I watch. Don't let the Inquisition get it. Or the Anarchs. Anarchs? You say. Carlos restarts his A86 and roars on out of there, blasting your Nissan with dust and grit. You can just ask for a kiss if you really want one. You pocket the key and check the address one more time. 2 hours. This isn't a Scotty on Star Trek problem. By all known laws of physics, getting there in time is entirely possible. But it's a cops all over the road problem. You can't afford to get pulled over doing 95 down some New Mexico highway. There's nothing more annoying than when a cop shines their flashlight onto your face. Oh yeah, being a Setite, light hurts big extra. You can check your maps and consider the possibilities. A busier road would let you weave through traffic and stay hidden. Hey, thank you again, Anonymous. though you'd have to pay attention to avoid police cruisers. There's also a less busy route, where you could just... Are you sure this music isn't too loud? This is really loud for me. There's also a less busy route. It's Carlos all over us, that's the problem. Where you could just trust to raw speed and determination to get you where you need to go. It's not. No, okay. Yee, it is too loud, or no, it's not. Feels too loud to me. Are those the only two routes? You might be able to find another way using your maps if you study them, but that might take time you don't have. First, I check the case. No, we're not checking the case. All right. I take a well-trafficked road and keep my eyes peeled to dodge cops and maneuver around trouble. Wits plus awareness. I take a nearly deserted road and rely on my Nissan's raw speed and my own determination to outtrace anyone else. You forgot the music was even there? Okay. I'll leave it then. Resolve plus drive. I need to use my brains in academics instead of driving. Int plus academics. Yeah, whatever. What's our best stats? Just a little social man. Alright, our awareness is not bad. Wits is... meh. Resolve, oh crap, are we just bad at driving? Wits plus awareness, resolve plus drive, int plus academics. Alright. Int, no. Wits might be okay. Resolve, no. I think we have to go with the wits plus awareness. I think that's our only shot at doing this. I take a well-trafficked road and keep my eyes peeled to dodge cops and maneuver around trouble. So we're gunning it and hoping that we spot the cops before they spot us. Alright. Alright. You check your maps one last time. Then head for the busiest highway around. Traffic soon grows thick, even at this hour, and it requires all your concentration to dodge around semis and late-night traffic to avoid constant police patrols. As you travel, you spot a car following you. You dodge around another semi to try to get a good look at it. It's a black Camaro, specifically a 1987 IROC-Z. Camaros were cheap muscle cars in their youth, beloved of metalheads and horsepower geeks, but as you try to get a better view of this one, it slips around a van and suddenly it's gone. Camaros shouldn't be able to move like that. Alright. I am curious what this car looks like. What? Man, that's an ugly muscle car. Not what I was thinking of. I think I was thinking of more like a old Challenger or Charger style. Definitely looks like a fast car. It's just not the kind that I would want. Yeah, they changed a lot. And I guess not dramatically. Oh well. Did we bone Leto? Not yet, no. You slow down for a moment, but then remember that you have places to be. You speed back up, still scanning for that Camaro. But doesn't return. That was pimp riding in the 80s. Well, that car? I'm sure it was. I'm sure it... It's interesting how our perspective of cars changes with time, but I'm sure that was a nice car back then. Your Nissan maneuvers well under your guidance. One speed trap nearly surprises you, and you have to tap your brakes and hide behind a semi. When a black Ford Interceptor peels out with its lights flashing, some fancy and illegal driving means that the cop zooms down the highway without ever seeing you. But after that, you slow down a bit, aware that you can't spot everything. It's almost exactly 2 hours later that you turn off an unlabeled side road and race for your target, the Pelican case bouncing on the passenger seat next to your doctor bag. You brake hard when the asphalt suddenly vanishes beneath your wheels, leaving you on a dirt path illuminated by starlight. You weren't exactly expecting a whole secret airport, but there's barely even an airstrip ahead of you. Just a patch of hard-packed earth surrounded by jagged rocks in one direction and an infinite seeming expanse of yellow sedge in the other. Yellow what? Hey, thank you, Pastel Cloudy. Thank you. That's really strange. It didn't give me any kind of notification for that. As you drift to a halt, you hear a buzzing whine overhead. Lean out the window and spot a small, twin-engine light aircraft just as it comes in for a landing. It bounces once, twice, and starts to slow down. You step on the gas, moving to come up alongside the plane once it stops, and hand off the parcel as quickly as you can. You're feeling confident. I gotta check that candle behind me every now and then. I'm kind of scared that it'll flop over and set fire to everything on that table. You're feeling confident. Then the floodlights hit you. A half-dozen black Buick Avenires are now visible not far from your position. One SUV has a light strip on its roof, which illuminates the airplane and catches your Nissan at the edge of its light. The FBI's Special Affairs Division is here. You're just getting ready to roll backward out of the damn floodlight when shots ring out. You duck, but they're not shooting at you. 3 wolves rush at the SUV closest to the tall grass. One beast smashes right through the passenger window. A moment later, blood sprays all over the inside of the windshield. You remember some of them at Camp Scheffler, though not like this. There must be a half-dozen of them, moving so fast that they're like ever-shifting blurs of flesh and fury. As the wolf gangrels swarm out of the devastated SUV, more appear from the darkness and rush the Inquisition on ATVs. Armed with old rifles or cheap submachine guns, they open fire with wild abandon. I always love abandon used in that context. Laughing even when they get hit. What's a gunshot and a fall to the kindred? The ATVs throw up a cloud of dust that obscures the battle. You're not sure what the gangrel are doing here, but as the battle erupts, you have a clear path to the airplane. The pilot is visible now, illuminated in the open side door. Just before you can roll forward, a dark blue 1963 Ford Fairlane roars past you, headed for the plane. Its driver is visible only for a moment in silhouette. You catch a glimpse of a French braid in a heavy, hulking physique. But the federal agents with guns remain visible in the glow of the floodlight. Thank you, Spoonie. Thank you. The airplane rolls forward, getting ready to take off, but the side door remains open. You can throw the parcel in if you just get close enough. Dust from the ATV swirls around the runway. So it's a race then. You need to get this parcel to the airplane before those agents shoot the pilot to shreds. And you're doing it while gangrel anarchs rip into the FBI. You gun the engine. Even as you start to move, you analyze the field ahead of you. The raging battle to your right isn't exactly your problem. Whoever wins, Gangrel or the Second Inquisition, they won't be able to interfere here before the plane takes off. The twin engine is moving faster now. Its running lights in the glowing, rounded rectangle of the open door, barely visible through the swirling dust. With the Fairlane in the way, there's no clear path where you can just accelerate hard and get close enough to throw the parcel. The path ahead is rough, dangerously rough at one point, but there's a large bump in the road that you'd hesitate to go over, even in an old Ford. We got a lot of options. We'll see which one's the best. The first one is not an option, though. What is my favorite kind of cat? That's very hard. I honestly have yet to see or meet a cat that I don't like. But I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite. Hey, welcome back, Kay. Yeah, I can't pick favorites. But also, like, it's cats. That'd be asking me what my favorite dog is. All dogs are good dogs. I don't have a favorite dog. Animals are too, I don't know. They're all too wholesome and loving for me to, like, be able to pick a favorite. I had a cat that just wants to play fetch. That's awesome. Even gremlin sharks. Those just look amusing. I guess pets, wild animals are different. Until I had to battle a rat. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. On the Malinois. Thanks, Sadie. You know what? Fuck this and fuck Leto's errand. I ditch the parcel and get out of here before my truck gets trashed. Very good, thank you. I remembered. Chihuahuas are just mean. I don't know. I've met a happy Chihuahua. I've also met just a dick Chihuahua that did not stop barking. I steer into the dust cloud. That clever and deceptive maneuver will confound the Fairline's driver and let me get ahead of her. Wits plus clandestine. Slash subterfuge. Capped by drive. That's just a complex sentence that I don't even know what's going on. But if it's capped by drive, and our drive is 1, I feel like we should not choose it. There has to be a straightaway here, where I can use my Nissan speed. Won't be easy, but if I look around for the few seconds that I have to accelerate. Wits plus awareness might be our best one, that's what we went with last time. I take my Nissan right over that bump in the road and hold on with all my strength to cut around the Fairline. Strength plus drive. I think our strength is good, our drive is not. I steel my nerves and force that Fairline off the road. Even through the medium of a truck, I know how to scare someone. Charisma slash resistance plus intimidation. I don't think I ever did learn what the slash means. I don't know if it takes the higher of the two, the lower of the two, the average of the two. Really no idea. I think we have 0 intimidation though, like 0. I rely on my throwing abilities to get the parcel into that door. It'll be hard to hit the target from so far away, but no harder than trying to drive across a battlefield. Dex plus athletics. I think our Dex is good. Dex is decent, our athletics is not. I think we're gonna have to go with the wits plus awareness again. Those are the only... Our intimidation is non-existent. Those are the only stats that we really have that gave us the option of picking. So, there has to be a straightaway where I can use my Nissan speed. Right, the big slow truck. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. This is far from the perfect place to look for a better path to the airplane. With the bullets flying everywhere and that one gangrel ripping into the federal agent, ripping the federal agent to shreds in your rearview mirror. Oh, fuck. I read ahead. I shouldn't have done that. Last time I did this successfully. Oh boy. Even though the FBI helpfully provided you with a floodlight, you can't see any clear and open path to the airplane. Just the large bump on the road, the swirling dust, and of course, the Fairline. I keep saying Fairline, it's Fairlane. The Fairlane. Wow, Jesus. No choice then. You steer right for the Fairlane, trying to force it out of the way so you can get a better view. The agents respond by opening fire. Did I accidentally pick the intimidation one? Blowing away your passenger side mirror and forcing you back. However, you veered close enough to the Fairlane that the driver had to swerve. You might still have a chance. You stomp the accelerator and grab the case as you get alongside the airplane. The Fairlane just a few yards behind. You're almost there. You throw the case just as a bullet from the Fairlane shatters your rear windshield. You flinch, and the case misses the airplane's door, bouncing uselessly along the dirt airstrip. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Ugh. You and the Fairlane skid to a halt. You can see the case in your rearview mirror. You can also see 2 Buick SUVs and at least 3 gangrel running for it. You can't do anything else. As the battle rages behind you and more bullets whiz past your Nissan, you get away from the airstrip. Hey, welcome, Charlotte. That didn't go perfectly, but you're still in one piece. Any night you can survive. You head for the mobile home community where you're supposed to have shelter for the day. You're inside an old Airstream with 15 minutes to spare. The next evening, you peek outside, then run a few slow-as-molasses internet searches to see if anyone might have followed you here. Nothing. Hello, hello, hello. The start of another long night. You get back on the road and head for Kiowa Xenogenetics. Damn! Oh, that hurts. Hey, thank you, Sadie. Man, not gonna lie. I mean, of course we could fail that. I don't know what's gonna happen because we did. We definitely, succeeded last time. Me, sorry. Maybe there's too many people. Too many cooks in the kitchen. We missed the throw. Leto's gonna be upset. Oh, God. Anyways, you pass an old mining village, abandoned since cowboy times, and stop to mark its location on the map. A few buildings might offer you cover from the sun if things go badly. There are no signs, and the fence looks just like all others. But you know you're close when the road gets better. Take a knee, make it up to him, take 2 knees. When you spot a headlight in the distance, you instinctively kill your Nissan. Oh, whoops. Yes, you instinctively kill your Nissan's lights and pull over. Just kidding, that wouldn't do anything. They're vampires. In VTM, there are no more sexy times. The only way you really get off is by biting people. Sorry. They look like Border Patrol, but you know they're private security. Good ones, too. If those bolt-action Bad Rock rifles are anything to go by. Those are guns for people who don't miss. One shot will drop a buffalo. Or a vampire. You're just wondering whether to turn your lights back on and introduce yourself since you have all the paperwork in order, when the guards take off, followed by a low-flying quadcopter drone. Another mile down the road, you spot the sheep. They look like regular sheep, except they're wearing collars, and they have... You know what? Fuck me. Last time I did that, I had the option to use one of my disciplines, and I used my potence to fucking amp up my strength and chuck that case even further, but I didn't have that this time. Do we not have potence? Is that not one of our possible disciplines? Oh, no, it's not. We only have presence. That's all we have. Fuck. No wonder. That sucks. Damn. They look like regular sheep, except they wear tracking collars, and they have 4-digit numbers painted on one flank. These must be Dr. Call's xenogenetic experiments. Specimens, whoops. You remember Julian's text. You'd like a sample. He's been courteous so far, but you haven't really impressed him. Maybe this is an opportunity. You're not sure you want to sink your fangs in one of the xeno sheep, but there are other animals about. Now might be a good time to hunt. Oh, do we? Do we get on Julian's good side or not? Is that something we're doing? Do I try to make it up to him a little bit? No, I know. I'm kind of tempted to go all the way. Make a new poll, though. Could not end the poll. Yeah? Could not delete the poll. Yeah? It's because it's not there anymore. What is this shit? Can I not make a new poll? There we go. Okay. All right. You'll be sorry. Leto all the way. Oh man, everybody's already chanting it. I'll give one vote for knee as well. Oh man, a lot of votes. All right. Ow. My water just splashed in my eye. You messy boy. I hate when it gets in the eye. Ooh. All right. There's no way, unless somebody uses a lot of fucking goblin coin in a little amount of time. No, that's it. We are not giving Julian some blood. Do we keep some for ourselves? Maybe we should just get going. Don't want to piss anybody off. I think our hunger's also fine, right? No, it's at 2. Why? Well, you know what? When in Rome, right? When in Rome! Just as you hop out of the car to stretch your legs, the xenogenetic sheep hurry away into the underbrush. You check the eastern sky. You made good time, and you still have a few hours before dawn, but a lot of territory out here. You need a plan. You check your wakizashi, because while you have a blood and tissue kit, you'll also need a sharp blade to bring down the sheep. What are our stats? I thought we got... Oh, we are. We're experts at combat. That's right. I was going to say, I thought we got pretty good at combat. Oh, none of these involve combat. Wits plus survival. I don't think we can catch these fucking sheep. Our survival 0. Resolve plus awareness. Resolve plus drive. I think our resolve is trash. Alright, we're not catching any sheep. On second thought, let's not go to Camelot. It's a silly place after all. It's too close to dawn for your liking. You keep driving. Dr. Call's facility consists of several structures. You see a long, low building of green glass and white concrete, trailers for the long-term personnel, and a parking lot. What about going to Spamalot? I've actually never seen Spamalot. I've seen probably like 90 or more % of what the Flying Circus, the Flying Circus, their show, of what Monty Python's made. Including all of the Flying Circus. But I think I have not seen Spamalot or The Meaning of Life? That's the other one? With Elena's Datsun. With Elena's Datsun. But no Elena. There's also a little outdoor coffee shop with a patio. Behind the main building is a refurbished ranch, a garage for the ATVs, and a landing strip for light aircraft. A high chain-link fence dotted with security cameras around most of the facility. Surrounds most of the facility. Quadcopter drones drift overhead as you stop at the main gate. The woman guarding the yellow gate takes one look at your laminated introductory letter and immediately buzzes you through. Go on ahead to the intersection, she says, and turn right. There's a trailer waiting for you, number 23. Oh, so they're expecting me. The trailer is clean and blandly furnished, except for the thick maroon drapes, which look like they were borrowed from a castle. That sounds kind of cool. They completely blot out the sun, though it feels safer to sleep in the made-up storage space under the table than on the bed. Dr. Call knows you're here, but you don't have time to worry just yet. The moment the sun crosses the horizon, you're asleep. Alright, probably only like 20 more minutes or so. Your first thought when you rise is that they're not going to let you through security with your sword. Even your fancy laminated letter won't let you walk around armed. Once you're dressed and cleaned up, you check out security. This isn't as scary as the ATV patrols. It's just one guy with a holstered pistol and a... not gonna say it. Curved Klingon knife next to a metal detector. Oh. That means that Elena did successfully sell him one of her knives. That's very funny, because the only other time, last time I played this, the only other time I saw this botched fucking word, thanks Star Trek, was with Elena. That's really funny that she was convinced she could sell the security guy a knife and get in, and she did. I like that. He's watching his laptop in a big atrium with shiny faux marble walls and lots of glass. It's probably busy during the day, but right now it's quiet, though not deserted. Useful servant, yeah. Outside the main facility is a detached security office and a little cafe. There's a gap between them where the fence doesn't cover, though there are cameras everywhere in that direction. You consider what to do. Elena going to work. I'm not going to cause trouble. I leave my weapons and move into my car and pass through security. Looks like I'm going to have to leave my sword, but I'm not happy about it. I put everything in my trunk for a quick getaway. Why not? Or $600. Oh, manipulation plus streetwise. Manipulation's good, right? Yes, but we have no streetwise, so probably can't do this. Fine, looks like I'm gonna have to leave my sword. I'm not happy about it though, because we pumped up combat to the top. Wow. You drop your silver pocket watch and other metal accoutrements. It's definitely accoutrements. I've heard that word before. I don't think I've ever actually seen it spelled. And other metal accoutrements into the waiting plastic bin and pass through the metal detector without incident. The guard barely looks up. We are bereft of every kind of intelligence. It's true. We just look good. You enter a circular room illuminated by a giant red hologram of a hemoglobin molecule. It's labeled KXG, Kiowa Xenogenetics. The party is in full swing. 20 scientists and technicians are chatting, drinking wine from fancy glasses, or gathered around a baby grand piano, or a man in a tweed jacket is playing ragtime. A whiteboard reads, "Congratulations, Dr. Takashi, on your..." and then a complex formula that's beyond your ability to understand, despite your technical trip. Despite my what? We have none. No. This is the retainer that I got last time. "You must be the courier," a young woman says. "My name is Vania Anand. Vania Anand. Dr. Call will be here in a few minutes. Until then, help yourself to some wine. And I apologize ahead of time if anyone badgers you. We're trapped in here for months at a time like Antarctic researchers, and anyone new is interesting." Hey, thank you. Jesus Christ! 50! Holy shit! Anonymous, please! What? It's a lot of money. That's scary. That wasn't me. Yeah, thank you. Also, like, I don't know, you're intimidating me. I think it feels like you're spending too much money. It's a little scary. Merry Christmas. You're gonna be a former engineer. Man, I hope. That is a ton. Good God. Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis. Vanny isn't really dressed for a party. She's wearing a loose-fitting work shirt, full of pens and notebooks, though she's put on gold earrings that sometimes gleam red in the holographic light. I'm definitely having a crisis. Yeah, that's too much money. That is, it's too much money. Before you can chat, Vanny gets a text and excuses herself, leaving you at the edge of the party. It is too much money. Too bad. You study the crowd, contemplating how to make a good first impression with these people. Dr. Call will react badly to the information you're carrying, and you don't want your behavior here to make her mood even worse. I scan the crowd for threats. Any weird sorcery on display? I'm always interested in the weird stuff. Any masquerade violations? I hate to be a narc, but even this far out in the wilderness, we can't have sorcery out in the open. Well, let's look for the sorcery. I am always interested in that weird stuff. The weirdest thing is that hologram. You're not sure how it's being generated. Masquerade violation or just weird tech? We're not very smart, so it might just be weird tech. Most of the scientists look well off and well fed. There's an old money smell to a lot of them, from the WASP doctors. From the WASP doctors listening to ragtime and the piano, to the comfortable-looking computer scientists. Most of them immigrants from India or Pakistan. Everyone seems pleased with themselves and a little bored. Except one red-haired woman who sulks in the shadows. Pale and sullen-looking, she has the wan look of a blood doll, but her eyes are hard and wild as a trapped wolf's. She wears a long moss green cardigan that she keeps pulling down over her wrists, and silver rings with occult symbols. You can only read one part of her shirt under the cardigan. Et tec estradit? Latin? The Tremere are a bunch of creepy warlocks, but they normally hide better than this. No wonder Prince Leto wants this place shut down. As the crowd moves, you spot Elena. She's hawking her knives at the little stand outside the party. Two security guards are arguing about whether they want to buy the Diktag, the Klingon blade that pops open, or the larger, but simpler, Mek'leth. Does she just sell Star Trek knives? That's kind of funny. She waves you away when you approach and starts upselling them to the Batleth. Don't know what that is at all. Alright, thanks. Thanks, Elena. Wave me away. You consider whom to approach and what you want. Potential allies for you and Julian. For me and who? Who? To uncover the secrets of this place, or perhaps to increase your own power. Or maybe you should just try to put Dr. Call in a good mood for the inevitable meeting. This is an upscale and friendly crowd. I persuade them to like me. I want to get in good with them, and by extension, Dr. Call. I corner that witch and impress her with my knowledge of the occult, yes. I know how to say the word, occult. I need powerful allies, and I want to know more about this place. Intelligence plus academics, too bad that wouldn't work. I want information. It should be easy to pretend that I'm a science reporter and ask the scientists questions, though they'll be mad if they realize I'm misrepresenting myself. Hard, wild eyes. I'm going to canvass for information and use my investigative skills. I don't think we have those. Someone here is probably a spy for Dr. Call herself, a ghoul or an apprentice. I look around for body language that might give them away, seeking information and allies. Wits plus awareness. Well, that first one is definitely what we are the best at. And if we're going to be delivering bad news, maybe it's a good idea to... I really want to do the second one, but we just don't have either of those stats at all. Maybe it's a good idea to try to get her to like us a little bit. Charisma plus persuasion. I don't think I even need to check. Yeah, charisma, almost maxed. Persuasion, maxed. All right, yeah, that'll go over very easily. Your sudden appearance has intrigued scientists, and you quickly win them over with your bonhomie. I'm definitely not saying that right.
Bonhomie.
Bonhomie. Must be French or something. With your bonhomie and fine manner. Oh god, not the Tremere. The Tremere are one of my favorite, if not my favorite, plans. You don't learn anything vital, but they like you. And if Dr. Call is like other Tremere, she will take her underlings' opinions seriously. That should help soften the blow of your news. When your phone just nopes out of Twitch. Oh, I'm sorry, Polka Dot. Welcome, though. Hello, Ransom. A cool and professional voice says. Dr. Call sounds like she's the voice of a computer assistant. Dressed for the celebration in a long red and black dress. It takes your eyes for a moment to resolve the serpents and wolves that form the design. She holds out her black gloved hand for you to shake. Or kiss. You decide to shake. I've heard so much about you, she says. Her face is dark, her hair jet black and worn in a flapper bob, and she has thick, expressive eyebrows that just bounce around whenever she talks, like me, probably. That's very funny. Her features are animated and friendly, in contrast to her flat and chillingly hypnotic voice. That is a very interesting contrast. Dr. Call glances around the party and says, I'll be back in a few minutes to enjoy the party, everyone. Ta for now. Not even ta-ta, just ta. Oh well. She gives an elegant little wave and then gestures for you to follow, the way she might order a dog around. It doesn't seem like Elena's welcome. Everyone in the spill zone knows what we are, she says, pointing to a sign that resembles hands spilling something out of a bowl. She ushers you through another silent sliding door into a stark, minimalist chamber with hexagonal white floor tiles and cool white walls. Lamau bark. Artifacts of sorcery are visible behind frosted glass or in clothes atop hard plastic pedestals. You see mummy fragments and incunabula? An incunabula. Fragmentary scrolls and broken amulets. There's a diagram of the California Stonehenge they found a few years back. You've heard of that, since kindred say it was some kind of ritual site. The far side of the room contains a Louis XIV escritoire, a shaker table with a phonograph and an apparatus for reading wax cylinders, and a microfilm reader. Bite? Why is it censoring bite? Dr. Call scans the Latin document Prince Leto has prepared for her and tosses it onto an end table. Vanny, her assistant, carefully places it on a coffee table so that her mistress won't lose it. Two studious-looking and handsome young men lounge on the couches nearby, reading books in a language you can't identify. You're hungry, Ransom, Dr. Call says, and I don't like hungry kindred wandering around my domain. Please enjoy Renee or Sonam. Renee is a doctoral student in robotics, and Sonam is an occultist from London by way of a small village in Bhutan. In a year, I will choose one of them. Until then, they provide what sustenance and diversion they can. Not literally. I mean... 3 more scholars sit around a nearby table, and Vanny is there as well, typing up on a laptop, but apparently they're off limits. Hey, welcome, Sullivan. Nom nom. Are we hungry? Are we actually? I'm hungry too. I mean, I guess okay. It's very impressive that our humanity has remained so high after the shit we've pulled. Yeah, let's go for the occultist. Why not? An occultist. I wonder how his blood tastes. I try him. You take your time with Sonam as Dr. Call prepares the microfiche. Discreetly looking away as you feed. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. Did Prince Leto tell you what... Oh. Did Prince Leto tell you what news I should expect? She says. Because I already know what happened to Jasper Knowles. He was a friend and a colleague. But I had to sever ties with him when I learned he was experimenting on Kindred. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you. Microfiche. Yeah, it's, it is basically like a kind of microscope to read super small text. Microscope hooked up to a monitor. Really old. It's like, I don't know, 80s technology. This is what it is. It's this whole thing. Not really a monitor. Well, maybe kind of just a screen in general. Yeah. We all must draw our line in the sand somewhere. Still, I will miss him. Ah, that is NVIDIA Call. Dr. Call strips off her black gloves, revealing long black nails and a garnet ring. Vanny hands her a lab coat. Why? You think quickly as the Tremere twists the knobs of the microfiche reader and starts reading the first page of Prince Leto's document, rescinding her authority to operate this facility. You should probably say something to soften the blow. Or you should use this moment of vulnerability to learn something about the facility's secret operations. What is it, Doctor? Renee asks. He and Sonam approach the reader. Sonam leaning on Renee. Oh, probably because we just drank from him. It's not in like a sexy way or anything. It's just fucking weak because he's lost all his blood. A few other scholars wander in, talking quietly amongst themselves about occult or scientific matters, but they keep a cautious distance from Dr. Call. Only Vanny is willing to get close. It does seem old school and fancy. So I think either of these middle two would work. The top one will probably go the best. I need to take charge and lead her slowly towards the revelation about what is on that microfiche so that she doesn't explode into a rage around her blood dolls. Manipulation plus leadership. Leto didn't tell me anything. Shouldn't be that hard to stay cool in line. I don't want any of the blowback. Composure plus subterfuge. Also probably go decently. I think it's about your work here. I start asking questions about her research, hoping my scientific knowledge will get her to reveal something interesting before she reads the bad news. Intelligence plus technology. I think we'll go with the first one. Let me just double check our stats. Composure, manipulation. Ooh. But our leadership is maxed. What was the other one? Composure, subterfuge. Not maxed. All right, that makes a difference. That's what we want to do anyways, though. We don't want her to start killing everybody. Dr. Call, you say. The tone of your voice makes her look up at you. I know what it says. And you're not going to be happy. Oh no, Dr. Call whispers. I don't agree with it. But Leto wants you to stop your research. You and I both know he won't rescind the order, so we need to find a way to minimize the damage he's going to cause to your work. You see her rage, but also sorrow, confusion, and, yes, a little bit of trust. She wants to work with you to solve this problem, as if you were her mentor and not some nomad with a Nissan. Nice alliteration. Her beast is close to the surface as she scans the document. You can turn her rage into focused action. And then Renee puts his hand on Dr. Call's shoulder and says, "It's gonna be okay, NVIDIA." Her eyes turn black. Okay. You think this is okay? She stands up and slaps Renee, knocking the much larger man to the tiled floor. Still, you're sure you can calm her down? You know what to say. "Calm down!" Sonam yells. And that was not what to say. Dr. Call grabs Sonam's skull. Blood runs from beneath her fingernails. Alchemically transformed, it smokes and fumulates like acid. Sonam can't even scream as the flesh drips off his skull. The other occultists scream in horror and drop their books, running for the exits. But when the corrosive steam rising from Sonam's corpse reaches the ceiling, the facility's fire detectors go off and a massive security door starts to close. An ear-splitting alarm goes off. Dr. Call turns, both hands dripping with corrosive acid that blackens the tiled floor. You throw yourself behind a couch as Dr. Call lashes out with her corrosive blood. The chair next to you dissolves, throwing up spumes of noxious gas. Your beast screams inside your brain as if it was surrounded by flames. Your iron will allows you to master your fear, but you don't dare approach her to attack. Not with so much unnatural acid dripping from her fingers. "How could he?" Dr. Call screams, her face scrunched in a fury. "I've done everything for him." She turns, a wave of corrosive blood. She turns, and a wave of corrosive blood blackens the microfiche reader, filling the room with a stink of burning plastic. Her garnet ring flashes with thaumaturgic power. I hold the door open, allow the mortals to flee, though it'll give Dr. Call a chance to strike at me. Strength plus leadership. I'm afraid our strength is not good enough to be that good of a person. Why do dumb people tell obviously angry people to calm down? Yeah. I need to talk her down. I need to stay calm and polite and ease the Tremere out of her bestial rage. I invoke my superhuman magnetism to calm her down. Presence. Oh! Gotta stop very soon. I think we should do that. The other two won't go very well. I think we need to calm her down. Composure plus persuasion leadership. What is our composure? Oh, that might actually go well without doing this, but this sounds like kind of an emergency situation, so let's rouse our blood a little bit first. What was that noise? That was my phone alarm. Oh shit, we don't even get the option to then do something else afterwards. We just roused the blood. You approach her carefully, as her hands and eyes burn, your own hands raised. Your eyes locked on her. These are your pupils, Dr. Call. Your students. The Tremere would not harm them. Focus your will. Banish your rage. Her eyes continue to shine, but the corrosive vitae that leaks from beneath her fingernails trickles to a halt. Ego Tremere, she whispers. Melius mihi est. Her eyes return to their normal, dark brown. She stares at you. Stares at the slimy heap that was once her blood doll Sonam, and collapses into the nearest chair that's still in one piece. You haven't caught me at my best, Ransom. The Tremere says, her voice bleak. Vanny and the occultists are plastered against the far wall, unwilling to approach the Tremere. I will say, as scarily as that went a lot better than last time. I must have failed the check last time without realizing it. She killed everybody in the room except for Vanny. Not a single survivor. I guess 2 survivors. Me and Vanny. That was it. So I guess one person versus the 13 that she would have killed is pretty good. Alright, I'll probably get to the end of this page and then stop. A moment later, and the door flies open again, and that strange red-headed woman that you saw at the party strides in. She shred her cardigan, revealing the ritual scars on her wrist, and a t-shirt that says, "Reject technocracy, embrace tradition." So it was not Latin. We just couldn't read the rest of it. "What happened?" she says, her eyes narrowing dangerously. At you, even as she moves protectively towards Dr. Call. You recognize that desperate eagerness to please and protect. It's true then. Call has bloodbound a witch. "I made a mistake, Giselle," the Tremere says, her tone bleak. "Sonam is dead." She seems to remember your presence. "Oh. Ransom, this is Giselle. She came to kill me for stealing her witchcraft, and I bound her. Now she loves me. Funny, isn't it?" "Don't say it like that," Giselle says, tucking a black lock behind Dr. Call's ear. "I want to be here. I want to learn from you." "Of course you do," the Tremere says. Her tone of contempt is more acidic than her fingernails. "Clean up this mess, Giselle. I should put on an appearance at the party. Make up some likely story to tell people. I know how you love explaining this sort of thing." I would say that's not really an awe moment. I'm sure Giselle did come to kill Dr. Call. Dr. Call did not seduce her, convince her, romance her, or anything. She just got her addicted. The only reason that Giselle loves her is because Dr. Call's blood is her fix to something that is more addictive than methamphetamines. She has to love her. Acid powers, toxic relations, yeah. Yeah, the blood, to clean this shit up, yeah. Blood bonding is, I mean, it gives you the most devoted servant you can have, but, unless there was genuine trust and emotions before then, there's not any afterwards. But that's where I'm going to stop, because I am tired, I need sleep, it is late, I should stop going to bed late, it's killing me. Yeah. So thank you guys for stopping and watching. Thank you, Anonymous, for a fucking insane amount of gifts. And thank you for the rest of you guys as well for your gifts. Thank you for watching. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. And I will see you guys next time.